I asked you about your business model, and you immediately said, "This is not a business for me, this is my passion." What do you mean by that? What I'm curious to know, when that event happened, you were in third grade, probably around 8 years old. What was that moment like, and how that moment became a defining moment of your life? One thing you could change in your past.
Nothing.
Welcome to Giving Wings to Her Dreams with Dr. Arun B in collaboration with Emerge, the podcast where real women entrepreneurs share the bold decisions, quiet battles, and breakthrough moments behind their road to success. I'm your host, Dr. Arun Bharadwaj, an international keynote speaker, a breakthrough coach, and a growth mentor. In each episode of this podcast, you will hear the story of a woman who chose courage over comfort and decided to follow her dreams to become the best version of herself. Today, we are bringing to you story of one woman entrepreneur who started her life in a village in Maharashtra. When she was in third grade, she had a conversation with her mother where her mother mentioned to her how she felt a regret that she could not join a medical school. This girl felt inspired and became a doctor. And today, she's joining us. Welcome, Dr. Trupti. Welcome to this podcast.
Thank you, Dr. Arun, for such a warm intro.
What I'm curious to know, when that event happened, you were in third grade, probably around 8 years old. What was that moment like, and how that moment became a defining moment of your life?
Yes, I think at that moment it was very, very fascinating thing for me to become a doctor. I spent half an hour with my patient. I understand what exactly the problem patient is going through. I don't hurry to go to next patient. Then I have never thought that I am so enrooted and passionate about what I want to become. But today I can say that with lot of confidence that I am very passionate towards my work, and
Wo-
that gives me immense satisfaction.
Wonderful. And what is special about Dr. Trupti? That she is practicing integrated medicine, which I'm a big fan of, taking goodness of all that is available. So tell us a little bit about what is integrated medicine and how is it different than just practicing allopathy or, a specific stream of medicine.
So when I was doing my Ayurveda studies, I used to read lo- each and every book of MBBS from first year to last year, and that has given me immense confidence for what I am doing today. Integrating medicine basically is integration. What I do in my practice is allopath to understand the disease, to understand the problem, Ayurveda to improve the organ function, and nutrition to sustain it for your rest of life. So integrating these things helps for a better outcome for the patients.
My takeaway from this conversation is integrative medicine is basically focused on providing to the patients the best of all the worlds, the
Yes,
all medicinal worlds at
yes,
least.
yes, yes.
Great. When I was going through Dr. Trupti's profile, I got to know that she has done her post graduation in clinical nutrition. What inspired you to take nutrition as your research topic?
Um, After my second pregnancy, I have gained weight. I have become 80 kgs, and that made me study a lot of nutrition books. And knowing about allopath medicine, knowing Ayurveda, started reading about nutrition, how it impacts you in a weight manner. I was interested to even know about how nutrition impacts the mental health. So basically, two things inspired me: my weight gain and my interest towards nutrition's impact on the mental health.
I think our audience who are listening to this podcast would definitely be more interested in these two topics. And I want to take it to one more level because obesity is a problem which is troubling a lot of Indians right now, actually, people worldwide. And mental health has become a topic of prominence, especially after COVID. So, when it comes to nutrition, what is the linkage between obesity and mental health and the nutrition that we are consuming right now? Can nutrition become solution to these two problems?
Absolutely, nutrition is the only solution. What I feel, because we always consider about the physical health. So your mental health is not out of the body;
Yeah.
it is part of your body. So we always think about if I eat extra, if I eat sweets, I'll become obese. But we never thought about our gut bacteria, which gets impacted. And 90% of serotonin, which is for the brain health, is made in a small intestine by gut bacteria.
Okay.
So when you eat this wrong kind of food, which is high calorie and completely chemical dense, like fried food, lots of maida, they are with the preservatives. So it has a dual damage.
Okay.
So basically, I work on insulin resistance. Insulin resistance is responsible for 28 health illnesses. It covers everything, lifestyle diseases, most of them, and even it covers mental health.
Okay.
So if you are eating wrong foods, somebody may get diabetes, somebody may get anxiety. Because your body is one machine, everybody's targeted area can be different.
Very interesting. So I think when I think about weight, I can still connect with nutrition and calories. What kind of diet do you suggest for a person? I know diet that you would suggest would depend on a lot of probably parameters that you have to assess for a specific patient. But in general, if I want to have positive mental health just by regulating my nutrition, what would such a diet would be?
You should include 100 grams of green leafy vegetables in your diet. Take prebiotics like a fermented cabbage or fermented foods in your diet,
Okay.
which is a food for your gut bacteria. So it can grow well. And after each antibiotic dose, along with antibiotics, you should take a probiotic.
Okay.
So in your diet, include green leafy vegetables, include fermented vegetables. That will help for improving the gut integrity and bacterial growth.
Wow.
And that will help you for your serotonin secretion, and ultimately you are at the peace of the health or peace of the mind.
You are creating a linkage between what I have experienced as growing up, because in some of the cultures people drink this fermented brew of some vegetables in the morning. It's called kanji. And probably like you are mentioning, people knew what prebiotic means,
Yes,
and it was
yes.
drank as the first thing in the morning. Wow. So I think our culture, our heritage had some of these medicines or food as medicines part of our daily routine, which I think we might have forgotten now in the
Yeah.
modern lifestyle. I'm very curious now to know, because one of the questions we all have, when do we choose Ayurveda? When do we choose allopathy? And where does nutrition fit into it? Because on one side, we are living in a world where we want everything very quick. We want quick response, quick delivery of food, quick cooking, everything quick. On the other side, we have come to realization, especially after COVID, that there is long-term impact of such quick fixes. What is your advice to our audience?
Yes. So when it comes to use Ayurveda or allopathy and introducing nutrition in between, allopathy works wonders for infectious diseases. And when you are having lifestyle problems, uh, initially to achieve the quick results, you can use allopath.
Okay.
But once your parameters are settling down, you can take a support of Ayurveda herbs to improve the organ functions like gut health, fatty liver. It can be worked very well with Ayurveda medicines. And along with that, start working on a calorific diet and nutrient dense diet. So that helps, and that is sustainable. Because when you take a treatment for lifestyle disease, we are taking treatment for symptom. Ideally, when you go to doctor, your medicine should stop,
Yes.
but it never stops. Because whatever you are taking, it is for today. So you have to make your organ work better, and you have to give the food which body can take it further.
So I think many of us might not even know, when you are saying lifestyle diseases, what does it mean, and how there are better options than taking pills to address those lifestyle diseases.
Yes, so lifestyle diseases, diabetes, cholesterol, hypertension, sleep problem, anxiety, depression, fatty liver, PCOD, you can list. It's never ending list. Almost everything which comes for a long term where you have to take medicines for once you start, you don't stop it. That all comes under a lifestyle, which is because of your lifestyle.
Okay.
Okay. So, why lifestyle disease happened? This is a big question.
Yes.
So, the way you have a physical capacity, you have an internal capacity as well. That is called as RDA, recommended dietary allowance.
Okay.
So, this is one of the major contributing factor. When you crosses that limits on everyday basis, and when body gives up at one point, then you start up with the lifestyle diseases.
Okay. Wow, I never knew this acronym RDA, recommended daily
Dietary allowance
allowance.
by ICMR.
Wow. So that must be that should be one of the parameters that we are always watching and
Yes.
being careful about.
Yes.
I've never seen in any of my reports so far.
So basically, that is not in the reports. This is like you can meet a dietitian or a nutritionist, and they can tell you what is RDA for you, recommended dietary allowance,
Okay.
how much calories you have to eat. So every 10 years, every decade, your calorie requirement goes 5% down.
Okay.
For example, you are having 2200 calorie requirement as an adult at the age of 20. When you become 30, it becomes 5% less. So you can cut down almost 150 calories from that, because till the age of 21 you require energy for growth and repair.
Okay.
After that you require only for the repair.
Yes.
And we never take it in a consideration.
Okay.
So we have to, but protein, vitamins, minerals remains the same, but only calories goes down.
Doctor, our audience would be very curious now to know which are those lifestyle diseases for which alternative medicine can do wonder. For which diseases nutrition and alternative medicines are best suited?
Yes. So for fatty liver, high cholesterol, diabetes, PCOD, sleep apnea.
Wonderful. So you have heard there are problems that we are facing. These are lifestyle problems because how we have changed our living patterns, our eating patterns, and some of those diseases you might be able to manage better with alternative approaches. I always think, Dr. Trupti, that our pharmacies are actually not health management places, they are disease management places. And nature knew how to heal, how to actually create wellness, well being. And time, I think, has come, and people have realized after COVID, especially, that there are other alternative approaches also that have long term benefit, that they might not be instant fixes, but I think they can bring wellness, peace, and health in the long term. Dr. Trupti, when we were doing preparation for this podcast, I asked you about your business model, and you immediately said, this is not a business for me, this is my passion. I serve, I don't do business. What do you mean by that? And in this highly commercialized world of medicine today, how do you maintain that thought process? How do you sustain your initiative, your enterprise?
Yes. So for me, each of my patient, when they come to me, I spend 30 to 40 minutes with the patient. And for me, that patient is not a business. That patient is a person who is in a pain. And my motto is always to give a solution to that person's pain. And I'm fortunate enough that each of my patients speaks for me. My work speaks, and doctor references. I think work speaks, and your clear intentions, your passions, that speaks. There is no need of doing anything else.
I think this is a new window of thought that is opening for me today. That when it comes to wellness management, nutrition can also play a significant role. I want to ask you one final question. We have our community watching us right now. What do you have to say to those who are interested in exploring their careers in alternative medicine?
Definitely, they should go for alternative medicine courses, and even if they are doing modern medicine, they should opt for the nutrition course, which is really a value or add to any physician of any string.
And how do you see OJAS grow in the coming years?
I think I want to reach to the masses. First, I want to give awareness to the society about what nutrition impacts on their health, not only physically but mentally as well. So I want to reach to the masses. First, my motto is to give awareness.
Okay.
And once I give the awareness, after getting awareness, whoever finds value in what I am doing, they definitely can reach out to me.
Dr. Trupti, before we close this podcast today, let's just do rapid fire questions just to
Yes.
leave on a lighter note. Your strongest leadership trait?
Empathy and resilience.
Your secret to inspiring people?
I lead by examples.
Your personal success mantra?
My work is my passion.
Wonderful. So you created a variation to worship. Your favorite quote?
Success is 10% inspiration and 90% perspiration.
Wonderful. Your childhood dream?
Wanted to become a successful doctor who is touching their lives.
That's what you're doing also. The book that shaped your life or inspired you the most?
I don't read books.
I have to give you
I
my
read-
book at least as a starter. One thing you fear the most?
I'm fearing about the podcast, how it is going to go.
See, I think we did a good job. You did amazing. You did amazing. One thing you could change in your past?
Nothing.
You're happy the way you are.
Yes.
Great. Number one wish on the top of your wish list?
I wish that I can understand the today's era's kids or students that whatever you are doing with your health in the form of junk food, it is not only damaging your physical health. Please understand that is impacting your mental health as well. So be away from that sugar and junkies.
One word for joy.
Being with kids, family, and friends.
Thank you very much, Dr. Trupti. It was such a pleasure talking to you today. And whatever information you shared with us, I'm pretty sure it'll contribute to our well being. We wish you all the best in your pursuits in life.
Thank you so much for making the conversation very smooth and lively. I was a little excited and nervous both, but I think you made me feel comfortable throughout the podcast.
It's a pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. This is Dr. Arun Bharadwaj, our podcast, Giving Wings to Her Dreams. We wish that the takeaway from today's session will trigger a transformation in your life. Until next week, namaskar. Thank you for joining me today. For more inspiring stories, subscribe to our channel and explore the links in the description. We do release a new episode every week. Also, share this episode with someone whose dreams deserve wings. Connect with me if you would like to be featured in our future episodes. This is Dr. Arun Bharadwaj signing off. Don't just dream, decide and act, because that is what truly gives wings to your dreams. Remember, today is the first day of the rest of your life. So take the first step. Namaskar.